Hey, happy Monday to you, sir.
And a merry Monday to you, my good chum. Didn't know what I wanted to call you. My good friend, sir,
Merry
coworker.
Monday. That's new.
Yeah, alliteration's always a good thing.
Okay.
So.
Happy holiday.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy. We'll talk about holidays later.
Oh, we will.
But yeah. It's been a great week. We did quite a bit last week,
Mhm.
and one of the really cool things we went on a road trip, ArcVid road trip.
We did. We hit the road again, and we couldn't wait to be back on the road again.
Yeah.
We had our trucker hats on, our aviator sunglasses. We started talking like this because we was heading south, and that's what you got to do. And
Yeah.
so we hopped on the CB radio. We're doing this to a whole bunch of trucks passing by. Oh yeah.
Not only were we in the truck on the CB
Right,
radio, but we were.
No, we had a CB radio.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So we were doing this, going,
Yeah.
"Hey, give me we got a 5.9 624 on the Bogans on the squad."
You just cussed at all the
I'm
truckers.
I'm so sorry. Well, I'm especially sorry for people who are actually watching this video who are truckers, because we've got a very wide cross section of people who watch this content, and they'll hear that and go.
I hope they had headphones in,
Whoa.
because otherwise they're yelling, "Family close, earmuffs,"
Earmuffs.
because I don't even know what you said. That's how bad it was.
Some of those words I haven't even heard.
So we went on a road trip.
Mhm.
I just want to point out, I thought it was funny when we were going through the footage. There was a moment, you chuckled at it as well, actually, of us all just quietly singing to ourselves at one point.
Yep. It was a road trip. And so everyone's kind of singing a song. Just everyone just humming it to themselves, just really feeling the vibe of a nice road trip for the client, and the client, of course, doing the same thing, just getting into music on the radio.
Yeah.
It's good.
So we had a long day as well. I mean, it was earlier than our typical starting time, and it actually ended later than our typical ending time. But it was kind of one of those events where we were almost doing like a documentary style short for them, as well as some micro content. So, but we needed to get a more full picture of the day for them. So I thought it was really good.
Yeah, it was definitely kind of a showcase of this day in the life of the business, you know, what this meant to the business. And so you roll the cameras at the start of the day, and then you finish at the end. But what I thought it caused was a challenge for us during the day, because with a full day's shoot, you start in the morning when the sun's not exactly up yet. And so it's a different lighting situation. And as the day goes on, the sun gets brighter and brighter, and we didn't have any cloud coverage. So we had to deal with all of that. And you end in, late afternoon when it's different shadows on people. And so splicing together the footage, making sure that it all makes sense. It was not a huge challenge, but it was definitely something for us to keep in mind as we were doing the shoot.
And it was a hot day as well.
Oh, yes, it was.
Man, at one point, we think that one of our field recorders actually may have bogged down a little bit because it got too hot. It was almost 90 degrees, if not hotter, wasn't it? I mean, we were right there on blacktop too.
Yep, and so here we are with all the gear kind of out there. I was trying to get into the shade when I could because it was hot to the touch. I mean, really hot to the touch. So I'm assuming at a certain point it just decided, all right, hold on. This is all I can do. I'm too hot. Here's what I got. And I'm like, hey, I get it, recorder. It's all I can do too.
Yeah. Well, the cool part though is when we brought all the footage back, there was really never a moment that I felt like, I mean, there were shots that felt like, okay, these don't fit the narrative, but there were never shots where it was like, man, I wanted to use that shot, but we missed it on the day of the shoot. So I feel like we did a really great job of dialing in, using ND filters, using the gear we had on hand to really make sure that lighting, exposure, everything really went well. I think we did a great job.
Yes, and I think I feel very practiced now at capturing B-roll. We knew, because we had a little bit more creative control over how this was going to even look. So we knew the shots we wanted, and it's like, I wonder if we can get this. And then you get to the site and you look around and you go, I got it. Oh, I got it. It's right there. It's right there. And you're just waiting like, okay. Let's see if we can get them to cross. Yeah, perfect shot. I had a couple of those moments where I'm like, that's going to go in and that's going to be good. I'm going to feel real good about that 1 second in the video.
Yeah. Well, but some of those 1 second shots that you get are really what makes the magic of a good edit.
Yeah, it ties it all together sometimes, and so really helps tell that story visually.
Yes, it does. And so that actually happened all during a week. And if people understand how we do these, we talk about the last week,
Yes.
all during a week where we also had a holiday.
A
Happy
holiday.
holiday.
Happy holiday.
Yeah.
Yes. And a merry, well, it wasn't a Monday for the holiday. It was
Yeah.
a terrible Tuesday.
Wait.
Alliteration, we can put that on
Okay,
pause.
let's pause the
let's not do that anymore. But it was Independence Day,
Yeah.
July 4th.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, no one works on that day.
Yeah.
And so ArcVid decided as well, let's take a day off.
Yeah.
Let's do no business.
Yeah.
So naturally, we do what businessmen do.
Yeah.
Hit the links.
We did. What a day, though. You know, you're thinking, what day does everyone not golf? What's a good day to relax and be on the golf course and not be pressured by a whole bunch of other people?
Obviously
a
a holiday
day
when no one's working.
when no
Yes.
one's working. Yeah, that was amazing. But then afterwards, we actually got to hang out. We found
Mhm.
out we actually are friends still.
Yeah, I was surprised.
been a while.
I mean, I was just as surprised as
Yeah.
you were that
Right.
we haven't really had a whole bunch of time to just sit down and be friends.
Right.
But it gave us an opportunity.
Yeah. So
It was
that
good.
it was a good day. And then the next day was the long shoot.
Mhm.
So we actually, even on Independence Day, we did kind of work a little bit because that evening we kind of prepped all of our gear.
True.
We could have done that on Monday, but we didn't.
Well,
I mean,
Monday was busy for other reasons.
Yeah, it
I
was.
assume. I
yeah,
can't
we're gonna
remember
say it
what
was.
Yes.
Yeah. But the whole day was a great day on Wednesday. But the big part was there was a lot of downtime because it was a road trip,
Yes.
which caused us not to get behind because we've been doing a really great job of planning and a
Mhm.
really great job of really knowing and understanding our workload a lot better now.
Right.
We've been in the groove really well.
We've stayed on top of our schedule, knowing that, here's what we've got in our pipeline, and this is exactly when we want to start working on it. And we've been doing really well figuring out how long it takes us to do certain tasks as
Yeah.
well. We're like, oh, so we're going to have to start the pre-filming for this and then
Yes.
filming and editing, and we know that it's going to be this long of a project. And so it's allowed us to create a schedule now, a calendar even, that if something comes along, we're like, oh, we know where that fits.
Yeah.
We can get that in. We can
Yeah.
shuffle that around. And it just feels really good because in my professional career for
Yeah.
a lot of it, I was never on top of things. I was
Right.
always behind the 8 ball. I was always getting pushed
Yes.
from one finish line to the next one, starting immediately
Yeah.
with no breaks. And
And-
it can really run you ragged.
Yeah, and with that, I think I feel really proud of the fact that here recently on Fridays we haven't been doing the race to the finish line. We even
Yes.
talked about in the past that we've had some weeks
Mhm.
where there's a race to the finish line. Now, we also had some weeks that were jam-packed full of client work, our
Yes.
own work, et cetera, but we're doing a much better job of going, this is, like you said, this is where these blocks fit.
Mhm.
So we haven't had to rush to the finish line in a while.
Correct.
It's been
true.
great.
Yes, I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It makes for just a better work environment because when you come in the morning, you
Yeah.
know what's on the docket and you know what can fit
Yeah.
places. So yeah.
Speaking of racing to the finish line,
Mm-hmm.
After being like 90% done for ages,
Yep.
we raced to the finish line of a website.
We slowly crawled to the finish line, but yes,
Yeah.
we finally wrapped up that one website that I think we've mentioned the last 3 Mondays.
yeah.
Going, we
It's-
finished it.
yeah.
Basically, just waiting on one more piece from the client.
Mm-hmm.
Finally got what we needed.
Yeah.
Finally pushed it live. It's out there.
It
Client
is.
seems to be pretty pleased with it.
I mean,
so.
I'm very
um,
pleased with it as well. We took the time to really think through all the design elements and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and having that time where it was at 90% gave us a few moments to go, let's circle back to this or that,
Yeah.
and look at it.
You take a break and then you come back with fresh eyes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's not like there was a lot that we changed, but it was just like, let's just tweak this,
Mm-hmm.
that. So now it really is it's a beautiful website, and I'm very proud that we were able to do that for them. But, now that website's done,
Yeah, now we don't have any more websites we're ever going to have to do. We're out of the website business. Isn't that right, Travis? That's right, Jordan. That's right, Travis.
I have a line here.
Yes, you're absolutely right, Jordan.
If you recall, sir, we actually have a client who said, "Hey, when you get around to it, we got this other. I would like this website done." He's not in a hurry at all, and we did like probably 80% of the build already,
We did.
and so it's just a matter of finishing it. Literally, he was like, "I'm in no hurry. Don't worry about finishing it anytime." So we actually put it on pause to take care of this other website.
True.
So the
So
good
if we
news
needed
is,
to, we can jump back to that. But then last week, all of a sudden on our Wednesday trip, one other client's going, well, I also could use a little bit of an update on my website. And
yeah, yeah. Well, it makes sense for that client. I don't hate doing websites. It's just not my passion. Not your passion either. I
it's
understand
just
that.
weird that
The
I work
thing
for a
is,
video production company and
yeah,
we're just building websites.
the thing is, it's one of those foundational things that if you're going to be investing in video for your business,
Hmm.
realistically, you need to have a place that makes sense to direct people
It's
to.
true.
And so a lot of what this client does is booking.
Hmm.
Okay. So some of the videos that we're able to make for them include information about how
How
to
to
book,
book.
etc.
Yep.
But then you go to the website and the booking experience, we're going to call it, is lacking.
Yeah.
It's not like bad, like you're like, oh, this is horrible. It works, but it's
Right.
just it's lacking and could be done so much better to
Yeah, the fear is that eventually you might find someone who is wanting to book and goes, nah, I
right,
don't know how to navigate this. And I don't think that's happened yet, but
right.
that's what you want to you want to make it a really streamlined process so
Yeah.
that the bookings come as they're going to.
Right. So again, it's one of those things where it's like, no, we don't want to do websites,
Hmm.
but we also want to make sure our clients are actually taken care of.
Yep.
And if they're going to invest in their business, it's not because they want a video. Yes, the video helps. The reason they're asking for a video and they're paying for a video is to grow their business.
Right.
So there's no reason to make a really sweet video and then the call to action is go to my website and it's
then, yep,
it's a tumbleweed.
with under construction
Oh yeah.
since 1998.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's not a confident sign.
No, yeah,
No.
it doesn't inspire confidence.
So we've got two websites. Surprise.
Potential websites, which, yeah, I don't think we're ever going to get rid of the
No.
whole website side of things just because we are trying to provide a full package for the clients
Yeah.
we service. It's got to be
Yeah.
what's your marketing strategies, what's your social media management looking like, what are your different avenues that you can draw clients in and
Yeah.
get business done, because videos it's just a small part of that.
It really is. You know, but with that, I know it's not the favorite thing to do, right? And it's not necessarily the thing that we look forward to the most.
Hmm.
But let's switch gears then.
Okay.
So what are some things that you do look forward to?
Well, something that I'm kind of excited about
Mhm.
that's upcoming is I've put together, a couple of a series of scripts, we'll say, for
Oh.
our own personal campaign, just like we did for our other client.
Yeah.
It was really cool to see as we were able to construct this campaign that was going to be building up to the final reveal.
Yeah.
I figured we wanted to do something similar maybe for ArcVid, get a little bit more interaction and engagement
Yeah.
on our content online,
Yeah.
and just see if we can have fun while doing it, because that's the most important thing, is having fun.
Having fun and, again, challenging ourselves in the
Yes.
process is very important to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's really good. And one of the things I'm looking forward to though is Threads,
Mhm.
which it's already out. Threads is a social media platform, a new social media platform.
Oh, I
That-
thought it was a place where you could buy like shirts and stuff.
You know what's funny is that's actually a large joke on the internet about
Oh.
Threads. Is they're like, I downloaded this app. I thought I was going to be able to buy clothing on
Right.
here.
Can I not have shirts and stuff?
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
It's different.
But I hate to say that it's basically a Twitter copy, but it's from the makers of Instagram, which, if we know anything about the history of Facebook and Instagram and all, they basically are really great at just copying as close as possible
Right.
another platform and going, it's mine now.
So what's the difference between a copy of another program or its spiritual successor? Because that's the thing. History is what determines whether
Yeah.
or not, oh, it was just a Twitter clone.
Right.
And it'll be like, well, if this is bigger than Twitter for longer, then this becomes the thing that everyone remembers.
I think there's a lot of politics behind this one,
Mhm.
and a lot of people who are dissatisfied with just the leadership of Twitter, which has caused Instagram to just go, oh, now's the time.
Oh, yep.
We've got plenty of platform. And what's really interesting is they've gone, oh, you already have an Instagram following and you already have people you follow. Hey, why don't you add them? And if they ever happen to show up on Threads, we'll automatically follow them for you.
There you go.
So they've made a really seamless process of integration. I've only posted a few times there, but again, it's a very different platform from Instagram or Facebook. It is similar to Twitter, but as of right now, it doesn't even seem like hashtags are a thing on there, which is
Interesting.
kind of cool
Yeah.
because you can't schedule posts. You can't. There's a lot of things where they're like, all right, we're not just remaking Instagram so you can have a fresh following, right?
Right.
So I'm really looking forward to getting into that, and it's always a great idea to be an early adopter of these platforms, not only for ourselves, but for those clients who we do social media management for, to go, hey, look,
Strike now while they
we
are in
understand how to do this. The problem is with Threads, there's not a lot of social media management you can currently do because they want it to be very personal, which I understand.
Right.
So we'll see how it grows, and we're going to grow with it. It's going to be a good process.
All right.
So
I look forward to learning it.
that's what I'm looking forward to.
Excellent.
Yeah, it should be good.
Yeah.
You know what else I look forward to?
What?
The rest of this week.
Well, good, because we should get to it, huh?
We should.
We got a lot of work to do.
Cool.
We say that every week.
We do.
Which this
It's-
week, it's a regular amount of work. At that point, we can't
Yeah.
keep saying we got a lot of work.
Oh,
It's like,
we're
no,
so swamped.
it's a regular amount
Yeah.
of work like we normally do.
Yeah. Well, if you're at this point, thank you so much for staying tuned till the very end. Don't forget to like, subscribe, because if you haven't yet and you're here, you kind of should. Also, please feel free to comment on our content here. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. Give us some conversation points. We'll talk about it. We may even mention you in the next episode.
Yeah.
Depending on if it's like, you guys are the worst. We're not going to mention you if you say that.
Well, we might just to talk about it.
True.
And then
we
maybe,
might be the worst.
Maybe it becomes a competition as to who is worse than who.
That's true. So it's all fair game. So all that plus we do have other socials, like we said. So make sure to follow us there. Facebook, Instagram, and now Threads. We're there. So make sure you give us a follow over there too.
You owe
Okay.
it to yourself.
We should go.
Yes,
Let's
we
do
should.
that. All right. Cool.